Alright, what's up YouTubers, me JackAsian again, doing version 2 of my Harpie deck, the deck that I play the most right now, and then it's got me so many wins just because of how unique it is. Start off, we have 2 Rescue Rabbits. Dino Rabbits play 3, I only play 2 just because I like variety in my deck, and having Rescue Rabbit, Rescue Rabbit, Rescue Rabbit in my hand is not something that appeals to me. Then for the Vanilla Rescue Rabbit, 3 Harpie Ladies, the theme of the deck, just I don't know. I must be crazy when I made this deck. And then, instead of using Harpie's brother like everyone's trying to tell me to do, I use Sonic Duck because I always, if I don't have a tour guide, but I always want to go for a rank 3 exceed, Sonic Duck is definitely the easiest way because it's 1700 attack and meets all the requirements I need to make to theme the deck very well, other than it not being a Harpie lady. Okay. Then for other wing beasts, I have Gale, which is like kind of like standards for wing beasts. And then Zephyros, which combos along with Gale pretty nicely, or with most of the deck, I'll explain a little bit later. And then another Harpie that combos very well is Harpie Queen. I don't run Harpie Lady number 1 just because I don't really care for that small boost of attack. I like to have attack immediately as I need it. So having a 19 on the field, or having it with the field card having 21 on the field, or even using an effect like Command It and just send it to get the field card, it's definitely useful and more versatile, an all-in-one card that's better overall. Alright, and then I main 3 effect veilers. I really shouldn't, I probably might drop it at 2. You might drop it at 2. I keep it at 3 for now just because of how painful other decks are against this deck. This deck has so many weaknesses. Then I play 3 Tour Guides and Sangan just for a rank 3 engine, plus Darks to feed into my boss monster, Dark Samoric, which I believe is probably one of the most underrated, underplayed cards in the game. But then when you consider the meta, no one's ever going to play Samoric just because it's so impossible to pull off. So if you ever want to play Samoric, this is the deck to play it in. Right, for magics or spell lineup, I have the staples, Monster Reborn, Book, Dark Hole, 2 MSTs, 1's not enough, 3's too much, 2's plenty for always. Heavy Storm, then teching Pot of Avarice, just because sometimes your deck isn't going anywhere and you have graveyard setup, so if you ever need to start a combo, you have Pot of Avarice. And Foolish Burial, which is usually meant for either Zephyros to set Zephyros in the graveyard to get see if you can special summon Gale, or if you ever need to special summon Morg and you're just 1 wind or dark monster short, it'll help you set up for a some more combo. And then the field card, Harpie's Hunting Ground. I run 3 of these. Usually, if I ever find a deck that doesn't play, like if I play against another deck that doesn't play field cards, I usually side one of these out. But I have 3 main just because of how often that little boost is really necessary. And then I tech Forbidden Lands just because I believe everyone should be playing Forbidden Lands in every deck they play, just because of how useful it is. Because if it's not affected by if your monsters are not going to be affected by your opponent's effect, it's easily going to be affected by spells and traps. And usually, most effect monsters don't usually do much to your opponent's your monsters other than destroying them by battle. Alright, trap lineup, Solemn Trio, and teching Phoenix Chains just because you need to try to stop your opponent's combos before you can get your own set up. So it's just a really nice card I like to keep using always. Alright, side deck lineup, just because of the meta and combining with the meta of my locals and combining with what I play around here on Dueling Network. I have 2 Electors, still awesome. I mean, it's definitely a card that no one will ever play again, but with the consideration of this deck, like Samoric is a nice cop-out. Alright, I side BLS ever in the case that I just want to fool around. So I just keep the effect veilers, and then I would start siding in Cyber Dragons ever for machines, or if I need a light target for BLS, same thing with DD Crow. Maxis for annoying Chaos Dragons. I mean, yes, I like Chaos Dragons a lot, but you'll never see me play them. Then 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, 2 Chain Disappearances, and 2 Compulses. I find these just to be the basic and the most versatile, useful traps in the game. The Bottomless and the Compulses. Chain D is just for any other annoying decks that run Tour Guides or Rescue Rabbits or anything weak that help combo off your opponent's deck. For extra deck, Chimera Tech, obviously, with Cyber Dragon just for machines. Cataster, just for if you ever have like a level 4, and you need a summon effect, and you need to get rid of the monster, summon effect Veiler Catastor. Then I have Armed Wing and Armor Master, which Gale is the only tuner. That's why we run one of each. And then the Exceeds for the extra deck. 2 Leviers, 2 Leviathans, a Giga Brilliant, which is starting to become a lot more useful now that I'm using it. Acid Golem, which I might take out soon because even though it wins me games, it's also, I have to have like almost nothing left in my deck, or I have to be losing advantage quickly, and I just needed to set up a attack barrier, defense barrier. Then for level rank 4s, 2 Utopias, 2 Steelsworn Roach again for helping the dark setup. So usually I would go for Steelsworn Roach instead of Utopia whenever I rescue Rabbit into Harpie Lady, just so that I have the dark, if this ever gets to be sent to the graveyard, it'll just help dark set up for some work. And then 1 Zen mains, because you really don't need to play more than 1 because of the way the deck is. You usually find a way to combo out later. Alright, there just goes my Harpie deck. A lot more refined, a lot more like Dino Rabbits, except without the Dolka Lagia. So if you ever like playing Dino Rabbits, but you just want to play something that everyone can actually want to play against you, this is definitely the better option. So it's much more fun, just as competitive, and I've beaten so many other decks out there in Dueling Network. So this deck is very versatile, very balanced. I recommend you trying it out. So, yep, message me, whatever you want. Oh yeah, one more thing. I took Dad out of this deck just because Dad is just too situational. I mean, you'll have enough dark, and you can probably control your dark sub with some Morg and Tour Guides and whatnot, but sometimes Dad will just get in your hand first turn and you'll have nothing to pull Dad off. So yeah. Anyway, there goes my Harpie deck. Message me leave in the comments below what did you change to this deck. So far, this is my favorite build of the deck. Everything just seems to run just right with this deck, except for 1 or 2 dead hands, but everyone gets this. Alright, thank you, bye.